Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail, and we're continuing here at BAGENALS Castle. And where we're heading in tonight is a wee bit of Irish history, and a wee bit of Irish history on SEAMUS MALLON, the late SEAMUS MALLON, who was of course a politician here with the SDLP. And so this is pretty amazing to have this place here. And there's a scythe, as you can see. Absolutely fantastic. So what is this? It's like a pump of some type. I think it maybe give the answer here. A copper knapsack sprayer. My goodness. Oh my goodness. That's for spraying crops. That's an early form of that, 1950s. Isn't that incredible? My goodness. You can see the wee man with it on his back. Fantastic. And this is the wee exhibition here for the late SEAMUS MALLON, as you can see. He was a SDLP councillor. And there's David Trimble, President Clinton, and Tony Blair, and also then SEAMUS MALLON. And that's not a political photograph, that's a life photograph of SEAMUS MALLON with the children. So there you go. And there you go, there's a be first past the post Malloon. And that's John Hume, SEAMUS MALLON, and John Hume, the late John Hume as well. Well-known politicians here for the SDLP in Northern Ireland. And the SDLP, if you don't know what that stands for, it's Social Democratic Labour Party. Now, I'm going to take the time to read this out to you. It says, SEAMUS MALLON, the man and the politician. Because what you have to remember is behind every politician, there's also a person. It's a man, it's a woman, so it's a person. Sometimes when we think of politicians, it just becomes a name, but these are actually people. It says, SEAMUS MALLON was born on the 17th of August, 1936, in the County Armagh village of Market Hill, about 11 miles northwest of Newry. The son of Frank and Jane Malloon. His father was a teacher in a primary school in Mullockbrack, I think that is. After leaving primary school, SEAMUS was educated at the Abbey Christian Brothers Grammar School in Newry, and then at St Patrick's Grammar School in Armagh. During these years, he excelled at Gaelic, playing for local teams including Crossmaglen Rangers and Keady Towers, I think that is, and also at county level. He also played Gaelic for the Queen's University team, so he was very sporty, there's no doubt about it, when he went to study at Joseph's Teacher Training College in Belfast. SEAMUS returned to Newry to teach at St Joseph's Boys High School, where one of his pupils was Pat Jennings. Oh, there you are, I didn't know that. That's the Northern Ireland footballer. And I remember seeing Big Pat play for Northern Ireland. He had hands on him like shovels. There's no way the ball was going to get by him into the net. I'm not joking you. He was a fantastic goalkeeper. And he was during the time of the English goalkeeper, if you remember, Peter Shilton. And there's big debate as who was the best, Shilton or Jennings. I'm going to go for Jennings, but then I'm a bit biased. But it says he then succeeded his father as principal of Mullockbrack Primary School. These years also saw SEAMUS becoming involved in local drama groups such as New Point Players in Newry and in the setting up of the Armagh Theatre Group. During the 1960s, SEAMUS MALLON entered the political arena. He took part in civil rights marches and was one of the first members of the Social Democratic and Labour Party, SDLP. He was elected as a councillor in Armagh District Council in 1973. I was 3 years old, where he remained for 16 years. In the same year, he was elected to the ill-fated power-sharing assembly at Stormont, established as part of the Sunningdale Agreement. SEAMUS unsuccessfully contested Westminster parliamentary elections in 1974, 1979 and 1983. He worked as an unpaid SDLP spokesman and became deputy leader of the party in 1979 when John Hume took over the leadership from Jerry Fitt. Seamus left teaching in 1982 and was eventually elected to Westminster as the member for Newry and Armagh in 1986 after the resignation of the sitting Unionist MP Jim Nicholson. I can remember Jim Nicholson. In protest at the Anglo-Irish Agreement, Seamus Mallon held this seat until his resignation in 2005. Seamus played a vital role in negotiations leading to the signing of the Good Friday Agreement in 1998. That seems like, my goodness, that seems like centuries away now. So it does. After the referendum on the agreement in May 1998, Seamus became Deputy First Minister with David Trimble, Unionist MP for Upper Bann, as First Minister of the new Northern Ireland Assembly. The new Assembly was increasingly unstable and still is today, and eventually collapsed in 2002. Seamus retired from politics in 2005. Throughout his life, Seamus Mallon continued to live in Market Hill. In 1964, he married Gertrude Cush, who he had known as a teenager, and had one daughter, Orla. Away from politics, and in addition to amateur drama, his wide interests included fishing, golf and gardening. His wife Gertrude died in 2016 and Seamus died on the 25th of January 2020. And I'm sure the fishing and different hobbies that he had obviously took his mind off politics and he was able to unwind. So there's some of the artefacts there of Seamus Mallon, and you can see the big photo of Seamus. And whether you were a unionist or whether you were a nationalist or whether you were neither, certainly Seamus Mallon, Seamus John Hume gained a lot of respect for all people here in Northern Ireland and also the south of Ireland as well. And there's his suitcase or briefcase, whatever you want to call it. And so there you go. So that's the wee tribute here in the museum in Newry, in Bagenal's Castle, to the late Seamus Mallon. God bless.